Well, 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 if it isn't the consequences of my own actions catching up to me. So, last time, I think I said get Spencer's video to like 20 or 30 likes. And, funny enough, when I woke up the next morning, his video was at over 40 likes. It's now at 90 or 49, excuse me. 49 likes now. And that was like 12 hours. See, funnily enough, when I first posted part 1 of the Jujutsu Kaisen What If that I'm currently doing, which is What If Itadori had the 6 eyes, it took you guys a day to get to the 30 like goal. A day. Do you guys like Spencer more than me? Huh? Nah, but all dues aside, I was thinking pretty hard about what I would do as like the like goal, or would I tell you guys to go like Spencer's video again? You know, I was thinking pretty hard, like what should I do for like part 4 to be released? Because, you know, part 3 was going to come out anyway. Like part 3's out. Like you're watching this right now, right? Are you? You're watching, right? Backrooms, did I get your attention? There you go. Anyway, I was thinking pretty hard. What should I do for part 4? And then I thought of something, you know. Why not just set part 4's, like, goal so very high? Very high indeed. 100 likes on this video, on part 3. If you guys can get that, and I'll give you guys, like, 2 days. I'll give you guys 2 days. So, in 2 days, if you guys get this to 100 likes in 2 days, then I will upload part 4. Because it's pretty much already written. I just need to record it. But I'm giving you guys 2 days. Don't worry though, in those 2 days I will have probably another What If coming. Not a Jujutsu Kaisen What If, but maybe just follow-up of Godlike Talent. I know a few of you have been waiting for that. And I think I'm going to stream as well. But anyway. Hello, you lovely cubs. My name is the Dragon Lord, and welcome back to What If Yuuji Itadori at the 6 Eyes, Part 3. If you guys haven't already, like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're always notified of when I upload, and also join the Discord, although it's only temporary for now. With that all out of the way, let's get into it.
Don't you know who you are? Let's trade. Your eyes are filled with stars.
Don't look inside me without permission, brat, Sukuna would say with a smirk, looking down on Itadori. Come down from there and I'll look down on you. You're being awfully hostile, aren't you? You just killed me. How else am I supposed to react? I guess you're right, Sukuna would sigh, blocking an incoming skull that Itadori had thrown as he jumped up on top of the massive ribcage that was above them. Hope you're ready for this, Itadori would say, launching another attack to Sukuna. However, Sukuna blocked his attacks, although he did seem impressed by Itadori's strength. Itadori would launch another strike, his right fist almost hitting Sukuna's face. However, Sukuna stepped to the side. Sukuna bit his tongue as Itadori had launched condensed cursed energy at Sukuna, hitting him in the stomach and sending him flying into the ribcage. Sukuna spat out the blood from his mouth. Not bad. Your growth is astonishing, Sukuna would say with a smirk. This isn't the afterlife. It's my innate domain, Sukuna would say, dodging and blocking more of Itadori's attacks. You could also say that we're in my mind. In other words, we aren't dead yet. This made Itadori stop attacking Sukuna for a moment as he listened for a second. If you'll accept my conditions, I'll fix your heart and bring us back to life, Sukuna would say with a smirk. In that split moment, Itadori hit Sukuna's face so hard it sent him flying through the ribcage. Revive me without conditions. You killed me after all, Itadori would say, angered. Sukuna, who had gotten back up, kicked Itadori in his stomach, sending him flying through the ribcage as well. Hear me out, brat. I have 2 conditions. 1, when I chant extension, you'll hand over your body for 1 minute. 2, you'll forget this promise. Hell no, I'm not agreeing to that. You killed me in the first place, so fix this without any conditions. Also, I can't trust you because of what you did earlier. You're truly evil, Itadori replied, agitated. Then, how about this? I promise I won't kill anyone or hurt anyone in that 1 minute, Sukuna replied, negotiating the terms. Like I'll believe you. It's not whether or not you believe me. This is a pact, a geas, so to speak. If I break it, I'll be the one punished. I refuse. I will not accept any of your conditions. Bring me back without any conditions, Itadori complained again. Sukuna sighed. Then how about this? We will fight to the death, and if I win, you'll accept my conditions. If you win, I'll revive you without any, Sukuna would say. Sure, I'll beat you. Itadori's words got cut off as he barely dodged Sukuna's incoming attack. So fast, Itadori thought. Oh, you managed to dodge that. This will be interesting, Sukuna would say, blitzing towards Yuuji as he was about to land a strike. I can see his attack incoming. Prepare to counter. Itadori would redirect Sukuna's attack and land his own. Recreate that feeling from last time. Itadori's punch carried that same power of when he beat that special great cursed spirit. This time his attack landed on Sukuna's chest, and again, 1/1,000,000th of a second later, a strong wave of cursed energy hit Sukuna as he coughed up blood. Brat, Sukuna would say, releasing hundreds of slashes. That's insane. Itadori could see the attack incoming, but there were just that many of them. He dodged all of the fatal attacks as he focused on taking the least amount of damage. His left arm had been cut off, but he could still fight. I was sure this would have been enough to kill you, seeing your fight with that cursed spirit earlier. Your rate of growth is astounding, Sukuna would be intrigued. Very well, I will change my conditions. This will be the last time. If you don't accept, I'll finish this straight away. You will not forget this pact. The first condition remains the same. I will not change that. My second condition will be that I will do you 2 favors, meaning I'll help you twice with whatever it is that you need. And I won't take over your body anymore when you're overexhausted. Take that as a little bit of extra. How about that? Sound better? Itadori took a moment to think about it. If Sukuna really had more power than he had just displayed, then there was no way he could win. I accept, Itadori would say. Splendid. Sukuna would make a gesture as Itadori saw the cursed energy change. What is that? He thought, but his vision went black. He woke up to an unfamiliar room as he sat up straight. Whoa, I'm completely naked, he'd say, looking around. There was a woman there, as well as Gojo-sensei. Yuuji, welcome back, Gojo would say with a smile. Yeah, good to be back, the two would high-five each other. Yuuji got given clothes. Afterwards, he was given something to eat as he was starving. He later found himself in a basement together with Gojo. Yuuji, you're a few levels above the rest in terms of close combat. And even your cursed energy manipulation is quite good, but you're still lacking a bit in that department. Currently, you're using cursed energy, but you are doing so consciously. I will be teaching you to do so automatically, without having to put too much thought into it. This should be relatively easy for you, Gojo would say as he went over a few more basics like cursed technique and cursed energy itself. Now, cursed energy aside, cursed techniques, which you get from birth, are what usually makes the difference between most sorcerers. The peculiar thing is that you have the same 6 eyes as me. Normally speaking, this wouldn't be possible, as only one user of the 6 eyes can exist at a time, and obviously I am alive. But we won't dig into that too much. You already possess superhuman levels of strength, speed, durability, and stamina, so when you awakened your 6 eyes that lay dormant, somehow you didn't feel fatigue. However, the world must look a million times different from what it did before, right? That's right. When I first ate Sukuna's finger, it felt like I was seeing the world for the first time, and I can see so many different things. Well, essentially, once you've learned properly, you will be able to manipulate cursed energy to a point where you will barely lose any. Maximum efficiency. Sadly, you do not possess the limitless technique, but there are still other things you can do, like manipulating cursed energy to make yourself stronger, and you possessing the 6 eyes will make you be able to do so efficiently. That you will not be comparable to any other sorcerer. Combine that with your strength and a bit of training from yours truly, and you'll be at least a special great sorcerer. Now, of course, you will grow more than that. Yuuji looked excited at Gojo's words as he was ready to start training. Alright. First up, you will watch movies. Yuji's face quickly turned to that of confusion at Gojo's words. Gojo pulled out a cursed corpse as he spoke. If you stop infusing cursed energy into this corpse, you will get hit. Now let's watch a movie. Gojo and Itadori started watching a movie together. After 10 minutes, Itadori still didn't get punched. His focus was fully on the movie. He even drank a bit of soda and was eating chips. Astonishingly, his rate of growth is quick. Well, that's to be expected, Gojo thought to himself. After 20 more minutes, Gojo made note of how refined Itadori's cursed manipulation had already gotten. Well, I think you are doing this pretty well. In fact, your cursed energy manipulation seems to be getting better the longer you do this. So from now on, you'll be doing this every time we finish our training sessions, Gojo would say, getting Itadori's attention. Even getting distracted by my voice doesn't make his cursed energy flow stop. This is gonna be fun. I'll be having to head out. Keep working at it. Oh, that's right. Yuuji, did you and Sukuna talk? Gojo would ask. Yeah, we did, Itadori replied. What did you guys talk about? Gojo asked, intrigued. Well, we made some sort of pact for him to revive me. If I remember correctly, there were 2 conditions. What were they? Gojo asked, worried. Well, his one was that he'd take over my body for 1 minute when he said a word, but he wouldn't harm anybody or kill anybody when he did. And the other was that he'd do me 2 favors for whatever it is I'd ask. He also said something about not taking my body over when I'm exhausted anymore, but he said that was more of a bonus, so I don't know if he'd actually do that, Itadori would say, racking his brain as he was thinking about what their pact was again. Really? Gojo asked curiously. Yeah, I think that was it. Man, that's crazy, having the King of Curses owe you 2 favors. Hang on to them well, alright, Gojo would say, laughing like he usually did as he made his way out. Itadori continued to watch his movies in peace as he was manipulating his cursed energy. I am starting to regret removing my original 2nd condition, Sukuna would say, starting his conversation with Yuuji. Hey, don't interfere, I'm trying to watch this movie, Itadori would complain. Hey, I'm bored. At least let me watch alongside you, no? It's been 1,000 years since I've done anything entertaining, and this looks interesting, Sukuna would say as he looked at the screen watching the movie alongside Yuuji. Well, whatever, feel free to join, Yuuji would say, handing a chip over to the mouth that was on his cheek. What's this? Sukuna would ask curiously. When watching a movie, you need to be able to eat some chips and drink some soda, Itadori would say. Sukuna ate the chip and was pleasantly surprised. The two continued watching movies. A few hours later, Gojo would come down the stairs. Oi, Yuuji! Shh, the movie's getting good. Sukuna, Gojo would be surprised. Sorry, Gojo-sensei, you wanted to watch along. Itadori would pause the movie. It was getting to the good part. Finish whatever you have to do and let's continue watching after, Sukuna would say, his mouth and eye disappearing. That's crazy but hilarious. Come with me, I'm gonna teach you about the pinnacle of Jujutsu battles. Domain expansion, Gojo would say as they walked up the steps and disappeared. Next thing Itadori knew, they were on top of a river, but they weren't sinking. He didn't ask any questions. Right now in front of him was someone incomparably stronger than the cursed spirit he had fought. What's going on? Using that brat as a shield? The cursed spirit spoke. A shield? No. He's here to watch. You see, I'm teaching this kid a lot of things right now, so don't mind him and just focus on me. Bringing in someone will only slow you down. What are you, a fool? Don't worry. After all, you're weak. Weak! Jogo's head burst into flames as he raged. Itadori was taken aback. He's weak? He's way more monstrous than anything I've faced yet. Don't worry, just stay close to me, Gojo would say. Domain expansion. Coffin of the Iron Mountain, Jogo would say as they would be enveloped in this domain. The surrounding river changed into that of a mountainous area with lava spewing out. What you all experienced at the juvenile detention center was an incomplete domain, with no curse technique imbued into it. Spreading out a domain consumes a lot of energy, but its merits are worth that cost. One such merit is the boost in stats due to environmental factors. Another is that the techniques imbued in the domain are guaranteed to hit within that domain. Guaranteed? Yuuji asked, baffled. Guaranteed, Gojo reaffirmed. There are a few ways to deal with this. Either you can take the hit by using a curse technique, like I just did now, or, and I don't really recommend this one though, you can try to go outside of the domain. This is usually impossible though. The most effective way to deal with a domain is to lay out your own domain. When two domains are laid out at the same time, the more refined one will dominate that space, though sometimes compatibility and the amount of cursed energy are factors too. There won't even be ashes left of you when I'm done, Satoru Gojo, Jogo would say, sending out a powerful attack. Domain expansion. Infinite void. Jogo's domain disappeared as he stood frozen in place. Itadori looked around. This was quite the sight. He walked up to Jogo together with Gojo, who was holding him close. Gojo ripped off Jogo's head as the domain disappeared. Now then, who told you to come after me? Gojo asked curiously. He really is the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer, Itadori thought to himself. You don't seem like the type to act on orders. Was something good supposed to happen if you killed me? Regardless, I want to know who it was. Like I'd ever tell you, brat. Wait. Are curses able to hold conversation? It looked so normal I overlooked it, Itadori asked curiously. At that moment, something flew in front of Gojo, separating him and Jogo's head. Flowers started blooming all around them. They were dazed. Wow, flowers. Pretty. Gojo woke up shortly after. Itadori got grabbed by something as he went into the air. Another cursed spirit would come by at great speeds and grab Jogo's head as it moved away. "Sensei, I'll be fine. You can go after them," Itadori would shout, his fists lighting up with cursed energy. Itadori would hit the tree-like monster and kill it. However, Gojo didn't move. He's good at hiding his presence. "Sorry about that, Yuuji. I was distracted after seeing how you had improved," Gojo would say with a smile. "Have I improved?" Itadori asked curiously. "By leaps and bounds, I'd say," Gojo said, reaffirming Itadori and patting him on his back. "Let's go back. For the next month, you'll be fighting and learning from me, also watching movies in your spare time. After that, it's practical combat. You'll take on and complete several harder missions." "Alright," Yuuji looked fired up. "That's the spirit. You're going to be able to show off at that exchange event." Gojo laughed. Excuse me, what's that?" "I didn't tell you." "Oops," Gojo said, laughing. Soon a month had passed. Itadori, who had learned and grown by leaps and bounds, was like a totally different person in terms of how strong he had gotten. He had learned a lot from Gojo, and he had learned something interesting as well. Sukuna liked to watch movies. Gojo had left Itadori's practical combat training to a sorcerer named Nanami. He seemed like more of a salesman than a jujutsu sorcerer, however, he didn't mind. He just wanted to learn. The first task they were given was to go investigate an incident that had happened at a theater. When they arrived there, Nanami spoke. "Do you see the residual taint of cursed energy?" "Yeah, I do," Itadori would say. He saw footprints on the ground. "So it's true that you also possess the sixth eyes, huh? Well, any half-decent sorcerer would have sensed them before having to see them," Nanami would say. The two of them would start to follow the cursed energy residuals, whilst Nanami talked and explained a few things. They'd arrive on a rooftop, both of them holding umbrellas as it was raining pretty badly. "Nanami-san," Itadori would say, catching Nanami's attention, as they both looked at what seemed to be a cursed spirit next to them. "You have good senses. Keep that up, it might be the difference between life and death," Nanami would say as he instructed Itadori to take care of the other one that was further away. "Alright," Itadori would say as he made his way over to the other cursed spirit. Nanami took care of the cursed spirit before him easily as he explained his curse technique. "Oh well, I have my own move," Itadori would say as he blitzed the cursed spirit before him. "Divergent fist," he'd say as he hit the cursed spirit, a black flash releasing, and right after a trillionth of a second, his cursed energy hit the cursed spirit again, destroying most of its torso. Itadori had used it a few times before in his battle with a special grade at the Juvenile Detention Center, and also in his battle against Sukuna. In his training with Gojo, he had learned how to properly utilize it. Gojo had stated that Itadori was one of the only people that could use this technique to its maximum due to the sheer recoil not having much effect on him. "Good job," Nanami would say. However, he looked grim. "Itadori, what we've been fighting were humans." Later that day, both of them sat in Nanami's office as news came in about the things they had fought. It was as Nanami thought. They were human before being turned into those monsters. Yuuji was told that they were already dead before he killed them, so he didn't have to worry about it too much, though it took a while for him to get over it. 30 minutes later, Nanami explained the rest of the situation to Itadori. "You will be going after the only eyewitness of the event, Yoshino Junpei." Itadori and Kiyotaka dispatched to find Yoshino Junpei. Kiyotaka explained some basics to Itadori as they were on the way. "If Yoshino Junpei is a curse user, we'll retreat and meet back up with Nanami." "Alright, we'll let out the cursed spirit here." "Wait, there's someone there," Itadori would say, but it was too late, as he started chasing after the cursed spirit. "Stop!" he'd say, catching it, whilst landing, though he did hit his head on a pole. He saw that Junpei could see the cursed spirit, as he was surprised he could. "Hey, I've got some questions I want to ask you about," Itadori would say in Junpei's face. "Hold on, he and I were just talking," the old man would say. "You're rude," The old man started blabbing on, so Itadori took the only logical answer. He took the old man's pants off and ran away. The old man started chasing after Yuuji. However, Yuuji had already ran the lap, as he said, "Okay, now let's go." Junpei was surprised that Itadori had ran the entire lap already. "You didn't have to go through all that. You could have just dragged me away," Junpei would say, feeling a bit guilty to make Itadori go through that. "Well, sure, but you hate that guy, don't you?" "How do you?" "Just a hunch, really." "Oh, was I wrong?" "No, you're not wrong. You don't want someone you hate loitering around your house forever, right?" Itadori would say as he and Junpei started walking and talking together. They stopped at a riverbank as Itadori tried calling Kiyotaka. Ichiji-san's not picking up his phone. Should I really be the one to ask this?" Itadori wondered. "Screw it. I'm just going to ask. Hey, there were people who died at the theater you went to the other day. Did you happen to see anything? A creepy thing like this, maybe?" Itadori asked flat out, showing the cursed spirit he held in his hand. "No, I didn't. I've only recently started seeing those clearly," Junpei replied. "I see. Well, I don't have anything else to ask then." That's it?" Junpei asked, baffled. "Well, could you still wait, I guess, until, well, I guess he's my boss shows up," Itadori asked. "Yeah, sure." "Thanks," Itadori asked with a smile. "Hey, what were you watching at that theater?" Yuuji asked curiously. "It was a repeat screening of an old movie. I doubt you'd know it if I told you." "Come on, just tell me." "Alright. Human Earthworm 3. "Oh, that one? That was super boring," Itadori replied instantly. "It was just a splatter film, so maybe it's my fault for asking too much of it," Junpei would say with a sigh. "But 2 was... Yeah, 2 was pretty good, right?" Itadori would say excitedly. Yeah, it was. It was the only one with a way to enjoy it." Itadori and Junpei started geeking out over movies, as Junpei started explaining why 2 is different from 1 and 3 in the series, though he'd stop as he was surprised. Sukuna started joining in on the discussion. He thought that Itadori might not be so normal after all, but he enjoyed talking about the movies. The 3 of them talked about movies for a bit. "Do you like movies, Itadori-kun?" Junpei asked curiously. "I like movies," Sukuna replied. "I've been watching many of them lately due to reasons, though I've never been to a theater," Itadori would say. "When was the last time I watched a movie in the theater?" "Take me next time if you're going to see one that you're into," Itadori asked excitedly. Junpei was dumbfounded. "Need my contact information?" "Here," Itadori gave his phone to Junpei. At that moment, Junpei's mother called out, asking if Itadori was a friend. "We may have just met, but I think we can be friends," Itadori replied excitedly. "Really? I hope you can get along well." "Mom, I asked you to stop smoking." "Oh, right, sorry, I did promise not to smoke in front of you anymore. So, Yuuji-kun, care to join us for dinner?" Junpei's mom asked kindly. Junpei intervened, saying that she was bothering him. However, Itadori's stomach started grumbling. At Junpei's house, Itadori joined them for dinner. He would make some jokes that Junpei's mother found hilarious. Eventually, he made a joke referencing Castaway, which made Junpei laugh. The 2 of them laughed, which made his mother smile. After dinner, Junpei's mom fell asleep at the table. Itadori helped Junpei clean up. Shortly after, he got a call. He explained he was fine and that he was at Yoshino Junpei's house. After his call ended, the 2 of them started watching a movie, with Sukuna joining in. All 3 of them had a really good time. The next day, a report came in. Yoshino Junpei's mother had died. Nanami went to investigate whilst Itadori was left clueless. He hadn't told Itadori that had happened. Itadori wanted to go after Junpei, however Nanami told him to stay put. After he had fought with the special grade, he knew that Itadori was no match. However, after Nanami had left, Itadori tried to leave. Ichiji-san tried to stop him, however Itadori had made his way over anyway. He arrived at Junpei's school as he traced down Junpei. He opened the gym as he saw Junpei holding one of his classmates up. They started fighting as they made their way through the school building, with mostly Itadori chasing Junpei. When Junpei turned the corner, Itadori had caught up, as Itadori launched a punch filled with cursed energy. "Moondregs!" Junpei would say, summoning his Shikigami to take the blow. The distance Junpei flew backwards was quite big, but he had taken no damage. "I'll say this one more time, Jujutsu sorcerer. Stay out of this. This is none of your business," Junpei would say, agitated. "That's not something for you to decide." "What's the point in indiscriminate salvation? Don't mistake the value of life." Junpei attacked Itadori, binding him with the tentacles of his jellyfish Shikigami. "People pretend their emotions are everything, but the heart is just the metabolism of the soul. It's all a delusion. Don't restrict me with rules based on a delusion. No one has the right to stop anyone from taking what lives they can. Just sleep there. There's something I have to do." "Who are you making excuses for?" Itadori would say, escaping Junpei's grasp, as he attacked Junpei's Shikigami again, this time sending both Junpei and his Shikigami flying through the window. Junpei landed on his Shikigami, lessening the blow by a lot. "Why are you getting in my way? Why? Junpei asked, attacking Itadori as he was midair. Itadori spun his body, dodging both of Junpei's attacks as he landed and slammed into the roof of the small overhang, making Junpei almost lose his footing. "Junpei, I don't understand a damn thing you're saying. You can string together whatever logic you want. You're just trying to convince yourself you're in the right," Itadori would say, striking Junpei back inside through a window as he followed along, jumping through said window. "I don't know what your motive is. I'm sure you have a reason for doing this, but is it really worth throwing away that life you have? The human heart is a delusion? Can you say that in front of her?" "People don't have hearts. They don't. Otherwise, that would mean people cursed me and my mom with those hearts. That would just be too much. I wouldn't know what is right or what is wrong anymore," Junpei cried out as he sent an attack to Itadori. Itadori took the attack as it pierced his shoulder. Junpei looked in horror. Why didn't you dodge it?" Junpei asked, dispersing his Shikigami. "Sorry, I said a lot of self-important stuff without understanding anything. Tell me what happened. I swear I won't curse you anymore. So please," Itadori asked. Junpei broke down as he explained what had happened to his mom and him. "No way. Your mom?" Itadori took a moment of respite. "Junpei, come to Jujutsu Tech. There are a lot of crazy strong teachers and reliable friends there. If we all work together, I'm sure we can find whoever cursed your mom. Then you can make sure they get their due. Let's fight together." "Who are you?" Itadori asked as a person with patchwork all over his face showed up. Though soon he realized. "Junpei, run!" And that is where part 3 of What If Itadori Had the Six Eyes ended. I hope you guys enjoyed today's part. Once again, 100 likes if you want part 4. So yeah, pretty much it. Also, I'm changing Sukuna a bit because the pact is a bit different, so I want, don't worry about it too much, okay? Just don't worry about it. Totally normal. Anyway, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discords down below. And yeah, with that all of the way, my name is the Dragon Lord, and I am signing out.